the Whitecaps seemingly over the last few years have been a club that doesn't necessarily star chase, although it's something that I've always been a bit of a proponent of. I guess more than a bit of a proponent because, maybe it's old school, but I look back to the old North American Soccer League days and remember what it was like being a young fan and wanting to see those big names, whether it was Pele or Johan Cruyff or George Best, Alan Ball, even in Vancouver, right? So we had a chance here as Whitecap fans to see players who have won a World Cup. And that would be the opportunity that Whitecap fans would get here now with Thomas Müller, obviously having won a World Cup with Germany and being one of Germany's all-time cap leaders and goal scorers and Bayern Munich absolute legend. So his playing career and his resume is absolutely unquestioned. And yes, he's almost 36. And you could look at, to me, kind of the comparison might be Marco Reus a little bit down in Los Angeles with about the same age. Obviously, Thomas Müller having a little bit more success club-wise and even with the national team. So I'm thinking, if they're going to get over the line on the discovery rights thing with Cincinnati's, it's probably going to cost about that same amount. My understanding is that MLS now is doing the negotiating on what that will cost. But let's say it's $400,000, an absolute steal when you don't have to do a signing a bonus or you don't have to actually do a transfer fee to get a player of this quality. And it's not as if he's a player that's not super fit. I mean, look at him. The guy is still super tight. He's got the knowledge to pop up in the box. These are the types of things I like about him. Is he's a natural goal scorer. He fits the system that the Whitecaps play absolutely perfectly in terms of a guy who's late arriving into the box or creating to get into the box in the first place. He's a poacher as a finisher. He can score in many different ways. And what I think maybe most about all of this is his personality. If you've had a chance to see some of the things that he's interacted with Alphonso Davies at Bayern Munich, he's a funny guy. He's an engaging guy. I think he would be fantastic for the city, for the club, and obviously, most importantly, when he's on the field and the players around him and how they interact with him. It's an absolute win-win. To me, this is one of the best signings in Whitecap history if it gets over the line. Even though he is 36, I still think he's a player that's got a lot left to give.